Good morning, welcome back. Last we left him, he was going to look for his litter mate, who he thought he heard over the radio, and he got caught by the dog pound, and he's at the shelter now. The man pulls me along with his lasso. I decide not to argue. We enter a small room stacked with animal-filled metal cages, and I'm assaulted by howls and hisses. The cold water on the floor sloshes as we walk, just skimming my belly. As bad as my smeller is, I instantly pick up on one distinctive odor. It's like the world's worst perfume, the kind old ladies emit. The kind people spray on their dogs to camouflage their lovely dog stink. The kind Snickers wore. I catch a glimpse of her in the upper cage, bedraggled bow in her droopy hair. Oh boy. There we go. Snick baby, fancy meeting you here, I say. You look good behind bars. Harebrain, she replies. Hey, calls a rabbit 2 cages down. Watch your language. Mac couldn't deal with you, I asked Snickers. Oh, Mac couldn't deal with you? I asked Snickers. He brought me here because he thought it would be safer. Seems like he may have been mistaken, I say. Carefully grabbing my scruff, Cowboy lifts me into an upper cage. He pulls the lasso loose and shuts the barred door. I'm not happy, but it's a relief to be out of my noose. Oh, great, another one, calls a woman wearing tall rubber boots. She pauses in the doorway. I thought we were turning people away. People, yes, says Cowboy, but this pup came solo. Tick-tock, folks, says an older, ruddy-faced officer. He's holding a radio in one hand and a flashlight in the other. You are running out of time. We hear ya, but we've got to move everybody who's lower level, Boots says. Last hurricane we had 2 feet to deal with. I swear they're getting worse. Climate change, says the officer. What are you gonna do? More than we're doing, says Boots. That much for sure. I'll move the dogs from room 2, Cowboy offers. There are only a couple on the bottom level. We're out of cages, though. We'll have to double up. Put that little female in with the new guy, says Boots. They look like twins. I'm shivering, and it's not because I'm cold. I press my hurt nose into the metal bars. I smell something. I do. I hear something. I do. Cowboy returns, dog in arms. A bark. That bark. The door to my cage opens. Hey, I say automatically, even as my heart is already whispering the truth to me. They call me Bob. They call me Boss, says the voice, but by now I know, of course, I know, and I'm howling with joy. Thunder claps, shutters fly, windows rattle, water rushes, dogs whimper, cats howl, people yell, and all I can hear is my sister's voice. We lick each other, sniff, yelp, circle, wrestle. Neither of us was ever the touchy-feely sort, but sometimes you just gotta let it all out. Wow, says Cowboy watching us. You'd think they knew each other. Boss isn't anything like I remember. She's scrawny and flea-covered. Her left ear has a big notch in it. Her fur is dull, her body scarred, her tail cut short. I'm afraid to ask how that happened. She's clearly had it tough, really tough. I thought I heard your bark, I say, but then it stopped. I figured I was crazy. I was napping. In this chaos? I ask. I can sleep anywhere. It's a gift. Boss nibbles on a toenail. Funny thing is, I was having a dream about you. Must have caught a whiff of you in my sleep. I can't stop staring. Boss, here, with me. What? She asks when she catches me looking at her. I was just wondering, I say, about your life. Do you have, anybody? You mean like humans? Nope. She gives a little flick of her stubby tail. Never have, never will. You've been on your own this whole time? I flash on my cushy bed, my lovely food bowl, the way everyone knows just how I like my ears scratched. Yep. How'd you end up here? I was out scrounging for food, just another litter, and I was tired off my game. Animal control got me. She licks a nasty cut on her front paw. Wait, my ears prick up. So, you have puppies? That would make me an uncle. A dog uncle, on top of being an honorary elephant uncle. Had the last batch 7, maybe 8 weeks ago. She scratches at a flea. Last batch? I repeat. You mean you've had others? Yep. What happened to them? Dunno. It's not like they come home for the holidays, Bob. Boss lies down on the old towel lining our cage. Or should I call you Rowdy? She considered. No, I like the sound of Bob. Me too. Anyway, Boss says, mostly they're dead, I'd guess. You never know, though. Maybe a few got rescued. She's so matter-of-fact, so resigned. This last litter I thought I was onto something. Found this little car, you know those ones that look like a big old bug? Abandoned, right down by the creek near the bridge. Easy access through the hole in the floorboard. Blanket in the back seat. All the amenities. How many puppies? I ask. 3, but only one survived, a male. The other 2 were pretty sickly, and well, you know. Something crashes into the front office. Sounds like a window has broken. We gotta get out of here, an orange-striped cat howls. He throws himself against the front of his cage, then pokes out his paw, grabbing for the latch. I'm too young to die. When they caught me, Boss continues, ignoring the cat, I barked for the puppy to sit tight and wait. Told him I'd be right back. She sighs. Nice. Last thing he'll ever hear was a lie. What's his name? The puppy. She looks at me like I'd asked her if she's ever been to the moon. I don't name them, Bob. Just makes it harder. Below us, the water's slowly rising, filling the empty lower cages. We watch the humans rush back and forth, carrying buckets as if they can stem the tide. There's nothing to do, nothing to say, and nowhere to go. I stare at my sister and try to imagine all the pain she's endured, and here I thought I had gotten the raw deal. To lose your pups, to wander alone, to struggle for every drop of water, every crumb of food? I mean, I experienced a little of that, but Ivan and Stella kept me going, and then Julie and her family. Why me? What was so special about me? Is it really that I'm more resilient? That I've made my own luck? Am I somehow better than Boss? More deserving? It's not right, I blurt. Not right you should have had it worse than me. Well, if you want to talk about not right, you and I both had it a whole lot better than our siblings, Boss says. I will never forgive those people for what they did to us, I say through clenched jaws. Really? Boss seems surprised. If I held on to that much anger, I'd never get out of bed. Not that I've ever had a real bed. She sniffs at the towel beneath her feet. This towel's kind of nice, actually. I look at her in disbelief. You're one of those? Those dogs must forgive no matter what types? She almost looks amused. Well, it is kind of our thing, right? When someone does something hurtful, they have to admit it, I say. Then they have to be punished for it, and maybe then if they apologize and change, maybe, then they get forgiven. All I know is I've done lots of bad stuff in my life, Bob. I've had to forgive myself plenty, just so you know, to get through the day. Boss gazes at me with her wise, weary eyes. And I figure if I'm going to forgive myself, I'd better be ready to cut everyone else some slack, too. Look, says the officer, you need to evacuate right now. It's mandatory. We can't just leave these animals. Cowboy sticks his finger in the orange cat's cage. The cat rubs against it, purring like his life depends on it, which it maybe kind of does. The officer sighs. You don't have a choice. We can't just leave them, says Boots, and I have to applaud her enthusiasm, even as I wonder why she'd risk her life for us. There is no explaining humans. Just got the word the bridge over Big Fork Creek collapsed, the officer says. You guys gotta move. Boots snaps her fingers. Wait, you have a cop car, right? Yes, I have a vehicle, ma'am, says the officer, but the way the roads are looking, probably not for long. Okay, says Boots, so we evacuate. We evacuate every last dog and cat and gerbil we can get in your car. The officer purses his lips. And take them where exactly? Shelter at the high school. That's where I've been sending people. They're not really set up for it, but once we start flooding and the elementary schools stop taking pets, they agree to do what they can. The officer grumbles, considers, and then goes for it. The 3 humans load cats and dogs, parakeets and hamsters, one after another into the police car. Some are in cages, and some, including a couple of unhappy cats, are on tug-of-war strings. Finally, it's our turn. Looks like there are 9 of us left. Car's full and then some. the officer reports, struggling to shut the shelter's front door against the rising water. We are officially out of room. Cowboy looks at us, his eyes teary. Don't worry, fellas, we'll be back, he sniffles. I promise. You think we should leave the cages open, at least give them a fighting chance? Asks Boots, in case you know. Sure, but they can't handle this current. I can barely stand up. Cowboy shakes his head. Look, I'll borrow my brother's bass boat. We'll come right back. Hopefully the water won't get much higher than this. Okay then, Boots gives a grim nod. Stay calm, friends. Like that's an option. The wind slows for a moment and the room goes silent. We stare at the black pool swallowing the cages below. A chew toy shaped like a pink turtle floats past. It's just us and a whole lot of water. I check out the group. 2 cats, 1 bunny, 6 dogs, including Snickers, Boss, and me. There's nowhere to jump. No tables, no cabinets, no space above the upper cages. And as Cowboy pointed out, the current is probably too strong for us to tackle anyways. Folks, don't give up. Hope, you heard them, I say. They're coming back for us. No way are they coming back, says a sad-faced beagle mix. Give me a break. You never know, I say. I am such a lousy liar. Oh, yes we do, my sister mutters just loud enough for me to hear, and we share a look. Look, chances are the water won't get too much higher, I say. But just to be on the safe side, pile up anything you have in your cage. Bowls, toys, towels. Who died and made you pack leader? Asks a big mutt with a graying snout. Well, it beats howling like babies, I say, and instantly I remember landing in Stretch's domain. Howling like a baby is exactly what I did. I had a dog biscuit this morning, bigger than you, says Gray Muzzle. What about me? Someone squeaks. Does the bunny get a vote? Hold on, Thumper, says the orange cat. This clearly is a job for a higher feline intellect. No! A sharp voice rises above the din. Listen to Bob. He's annoying, and his hygiene leaves a lot to be desired, but I've seen him get himself out of all kinds of scrapes. Thanks for the props, Snick, I say, especially the kind words about my odor. The wind groans and something metallic hits the side of the building. We fall silent again, waiting for more. The windows rattle, the walls shudder. It's like the building is as scared as the rest of us. So, Snickers says, breaking the gloom, you heard Bob. Start stacking. How about my litter box? Asks a small white cat with the green dark eyes. Would that work? Sure, I say. Use anything. The goal is to get as high as you can. And then what? Asks a young dachshund. Worst case, we swim for it, I say. That's actually not the worst case, says the bunny. No one asks what is. We already know. We do all we can do, which isn't much. The rain hammers, the wind shrieks, sirens come and go in the distance. I wonder what Ivan and Ruby are doing. And what about George and Julia? Where are they? How are they? Boss seems scary calm, tough as old jerky. She looks the way I want to feel. Before long, the water's lapping onto the floor of our cages. It's ice cold and moving quick. 1 inch. 2. Every now and then someone whimpers or moans, but mostly we're quiet. If you can stand on your hind legs, guys, do it. Climb on anything you got, I suggest. I turn to Boss. Oh, all my stuff fell off the desk. When I say go, I want you to climb on my back. I'll buy you a little time, maybe. No way. Please, I need to do this. Boss just stares at me. She's so thin I can see every rib. To make it up to you? To make it up to you, I add. What are you even talking about, Bob? I look away. I'm sorry, I say, not sure where my words are taking me. I should have saved you, Boss. Saved me? The thing is, I heard you on the highway, and I should have... My voice trails off. I stifle a sob. Bob, we were puppies, tiny puppies. Don't be ridiculous. How exactly were you going to save me? I don't know, but I should have tried. We both did what we had to do. Boss nudges me gently. Bob, this is crazy. I can't seem to forgive myself. I whisper it, but I know she hears me. Beneath the water, I feel a paw on mine. I forgive you, okay? Not that you need it, mind you. One condition, though. I nod and wait. You have to forgive yourself, too. Again, I nod, and slowly but surely, something fine and warm begins to fill my heart. Before I can say anything more, Snicker calls my name. Bob, dear, there's something I want you to know. Boss winks at me. Listen up, brother. Sure, Snickers, I call. What's up? Snickers makes a little throat-clearing noise. I've kept this locked inside of me all this time, but now, facing the end, I feel the need to unburden myself. Really, Snick? I say quickly. There's no need for that. The thing is, Snicker pauses for dramatic effect. I love you, Bob. I always have. I love the way your cute little tail gets all curled between your legs when you're embarrassed. I love the way you hum to yourself when you chew your kibble. I love the way you drool when you take a nap. I think I'm getting the picture, Snick. Thanks. That's awfully nice of you to say. And, Snickers says. Boss can't hide her amusement. Go ahead, Bob, she whispers. What can it hurt? We're all gonna die anyway. Bobo? Snickers calls. Yeah, sure. I think you're pretty swell too, Snick. And what is it that you love about me? I close my eyes and take a deep breath. Well, those pink boots of yours, those are cool. And? I swear I'm trying, but I'm totally drawing a blank. In fairness, the water's up to my belly and my teeth are chattering so loud I can't hear myself think. And, I begin. Oh, come on, how hard is it? Yells the bunny, who's perched on a pile of wet Timothy hay. She's a looker and she's smart and she's way too good for the likes of you. Try that, Romeo. You're a looker and you're smart and you're way too good for the likes of me, I repeat. Snickers lets out a contented sigh. That wasn't so hard, was it? Boss asks. I groan. Sis, you have no idea. All right, I'm going to stop there for today. Have a good day.